Welcome back, awesome people, to Cocktails and Consoles. It's Melissa, and I am super excited. I know I say that all the time. It's never stopped being true. I've got this wonderful gentleman here. If you have not met the wonderful Kevintendo, go do it. His links are down below. It'll be all over the frame. He's such a wonderful, wonderful creator, and I'm so blessed to meet him. Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Melissa. Yay! Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like this was a long time coming, and it's just the start of our collaborations together. So I really thank you for taking that step and reaching out to me. We'll be definitely doing some more.
Oh, I'm so excited. Kevin has some great content. What I really like about his is not only is it just so uplifting, but it's family friendly too. And even for being family friendly, it's great content. So even for me who swears like a sailor, I get on his channel and I'm just having a great time. He has a wonderful community. He plays a bunch of different games, but I think your core is kind of Mario, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Super Mario, and I cannot, like, I keep trying, like, every new game that comes out that I'm excited for. For example, yesterday, Dragon Ball FighterZ came out.
That's right.
And I was like, this is gonna be awesome, guys, please, come on, check it out. And they're like, we just don't like this. So I'm having a little bit of an identity crisis with the community, but I think I convert them into some Dragon Ball Z fans a little bit, because you know that I call my sponsors the Over 9,000 Club, because their support is so great.
Cool.
Yeah, and you have such an awesome community too, and anytime I come to your stream too, it's awesome. So really, really cool.
I can't help but fangirl about this guy when he comes over. Like, oh my God, Kevintendo's here!
It's Cocktails and Consoles.
I love it. So that's true. I have noticed that you do that, and I never thought that was a reason, but that's so smart. So you're actually kind of branching people out into different games that they never thought they would like.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Because at a Nintendo fan's core, their favorite games are Pokemon and Mario and Zelda, but there's a lot of different games, and you can kind of sneak it in there if I say, okay guys, hey, we're going to start off with Dragon Ball Z, and I promise we'll play Mario later. And they're like, okay, I guess I'll watch, but you've got a little window of opportunity.
Little window, then. Yes.
I can't do 3 hours of Dragon Ball and then like 10 minutes of Mario. No, it's got to be balanced. So
being a Mario fan, I have to ask, what is your ride or die, stranded on a desert island, the only Mario game you could bring with you?
Well, I always say that Mario 64 is my favorite, but in truth, I prefer the one on the DS, because you could be Yoshi, you could be Luigi and Wario and Mario, and there's a whole lot of fun mini games too. So it's all the content of Mario 64 on the N64, but you get some extra stuff. So I think I would like sitting on that island with the DS, the original gray big old bulky one, and flinging the like turtle shells and stuff from the bottom screen. It's just the best. Mario 64 on the DS would be my choice.
That's awesome. So I'm kind of curious, like, what got you started with YouTube?
Definitely. So back when I was in high school, it was right around when Justin Bieber started getting really big.
Oh, yes.
He got big, yes, from making some videos on YouTube, and then he just got discovered. And so I had that same dream because I write music, and I sing with my uke and play.
It's so cool.
And, oh, thank you.
Black lovers, you just subscribed, and I don't know what to do.
And so that's a funny thing, is that I started my old channel, which was just my name, Kevin Fry, and I started it uploading little music covers and uploading original songs, and I had the thought that someone's gonna find me, someone's gonna discover me, and I'm just gonna make it big like Justin Bieber. And it's really embarrassing, because people are so mixed on Justin Bieber. When I tell that story, they're like, really, Kevin? You wanted to be Justin Bieber? Yeah, I really did.
I mean, come on.
Right? Exactly. And then later on, once I got to college, it just started. It's just not really a good way to grow your community when it's a music channel. It's more about, look at me, I want to be discovered, this and that.
Right.
And so, as I grew up, it was like, you know what, this is a kind of thing where I can use YouTube to bring people together, not just about me, right, but around me, we can share similar interests. And I started thinking, well, maybe I'll start a new channel, because I don't want 5 years of old music covers on a video game channel, right? And so I said, okay, I'm just I flipped a coin, I landed on heads, and I said, okay, going for a new channel. Trying to come up with the name. I was like, my name's Kevin. I love Nintendo, and I thought it was the most original idea.
Genius.
I was like, Kevintendo.
Like when you think Kevintendo, you think very fun community. You always think Mario because oh my God, your cut screen. I love it so much.
Yeah. Oh, the dance.
One of these days, I'm going to ask you how you did it because that is so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'll show you.
But you have the music too. And actually, one thing that I love, you're a pastor too, aren't you? You're involved with the church.
I am. I'm a youth pastor, actually.
That's so
and it's
cool.
funny. Yeah, growing up, I when I was real little, it's something I had wanted to do because I had a really high respect for people who were religious, and I knew, hey, these guys got it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing with their life. And I mentioned it one time to my mom when I was real little, and she was like, "No, honey, you want to be a doctor, don't you?" And
that's what all our parents tell us.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I do want to. And so I went into college thinking, I guess I gotta be a doctor, and my uncle's a dentist, so I was like, yeah. that's I guess I could do that. But once it came down to the first dissection, my stomach could not handle it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And it was, I don't even want to say what kind of animal it was, but you can assume.
No.
Yeah, exactly. It broke my little heart, and I was so upset. I completely abandoned that, and I started from scratch. But I've always had a really good connection with kids, and I think it's just because I'm youthful, and I'm also actually really short. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm 5'6".
Really?
So I'm really tiny.
I always imagine you're like so tall. I don't know what maybe it's the beard.
No. Maybe the hair right of the beard. No, but it'll be kind of funny. And so I think kids aren't intimidated since I am little, and so I've had a great connection with them. And yeah, so I'm actually a youth pastor, and every Sunday we have youth group, and sometimes we go to an ice hockey game, sometimes we go to a movie. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And yeah, definitely. And aside from the God side of things, the really important part of my job is just connecting with young people and giving them someone to listen to, someone to listen to their problems and give them advice and have fun with them. Because, not everyone has the best parents, and we all have struggles with our families. So that's kind of my role.
Oh, you're so good at it too. That's one thing I really liked about YouTube and why I kind of got into it too was, connecting with people. In this day and age, like there's so few people that are willing to listen to others. And, I think just putting that out there in the world is just, something you can do. And this is why when I thought about, the perfect cocktail for this, one, it was going to have to be non-alcoholic because, I don't charge if you drink, but I know a lot of your community is kind of the younger community.
Yeah, we got some kids, and it's funny because, there are these people that I think are my age. I'm like, hey, you 25 or so? And they're like, Kevin, I just completed 5th grade. I'm just like floored. Like, you're a 5th grader? Are you serious? It just blows my mind.
Right?
Yeah, so we do have a lot of kids watching. So I appreciate that. Making a non-alcoholic option for them too,
right?
And that really points them in the right direction, so they can take part in this.
Exactly.
I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. And it's something that because when I started this channel, I'm like, oh, dear God, don't let it be like I'm promoting alcoholism because I'm not. But I know it can sometimes look like that. But it's really about cocktails are really just having that special drink, and that's something like even as a kid, I'm watching parents who are putting all these pieces together and they're shaking it, and then I pour myself a glass of milk. I'm like, well, that's not special. But I figured, if you could make those non-alcoholic cocktails, I think they call them like mocktails. It lets the kid feel like they're having that special drink, and that they don't need the alcohol when they can have like all the pieces together.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
Thank you. And for those of you guys who do love alcohol, you can always throw in a shot of vodka to any mocktail. That's what vodka's there for.
Spice up anything.
Exactly. So for this one, I'm like, I had to challenge myself. I've got to make a Mario cocktail. Like, the hardest thing is like, how do you make a cocktail that looks like Mario? Like, you got to have the hat. I had to do the hat. So
that's awesome.
To do the hat, you actually use a strawberry.
Oh,
so I'm going to save that for last. So we'll do the pieces together. So just putting some ice into our shaker. And if you don't have a shaker, you can use any kind of bottle. It all works the same. I actually like mason jars because, they're taller around here and narrow at the mouth.
Yeah.
So I made mine look like the health
like
bar.
the hearts too. Yeah.
I had to.
Like the Zelda. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then to that, we are going to start with, actually I'm going to take about half of a lemon. So I'm going to cut this sucker in half. Now, it's going to seem like a lot of lemon, but we are going to be mixing it with equal parts sugar. So we're basically making lemonade from scratch. And it's a lot easier too. So you take your half a lemon, and you can actually take your hand, as long as it's clean, and kind of hold it underneath with your fingers just a little bit apart. And that way you catch the seeds so they don't go in your drink.
That's awesome.
So we're going to squeeze that on in. Now, depending on the size of your lemon, you can always, use less, use more. That's the best thing about, cocktails and cooking, really, is that, you can make it all to your taste. You're not following a recipe. Whereas baking is really tough. Baking, you have to have very specific things in very specific quantities or
it'll come out crazy.
Yeah, science doesn't happen.
Oh.
All right, so to that, we're going to use equal parts simple syrup. Now, what simple syrup is just equal parts water and sugar, which is really nice because then you don't have to worry about, these things are always so hard to open the first time. You don't have to worry about, did the sugar dissolve? You don't have to heat anything. It's all right
it's already mixed.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'm going to pour that in about equal amounts. And now, for those of you guys who've been watching me for a while, you know the trickiest thing is to, how do you make a drink blue? There's no blue food. And everyone thinks, but blueberries, right?
Blueberries, right?
They're actually purple. That's the challenge.
Dang.
But I happen to have a whole bunch of, we'll call it powdered blue drink, because I can't say the name. I actually got this because I was going to do, when Call of Duty World War II came out, I was going to make the, what were the bottles from 3? What were they called? Liquid Divinium, that's it.
From Black Ops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to make it. And they were going to glow in the dark. Yeah, but World War II decided they didn't want to have it, so now I'm sitting on a bunch of this stuff.
Dang it. Maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. So we're going to sprinkle some of this in, because not only is this going to turn it blue, but it's also going to give it flavor, which is really, really nice. So now, you can see our drink is very nicely blue.
Ooh, beautiful.
And it's going to taste a little bit like, kind of like a blueberry punch with lemonade. So you get the sweet, you get the tart, and you get the blue. We're going to take a nice big glass. We're going to put in some ice and a couple of lemon stars. Some more ice. Pop some blueberries in there. Really make it special.
Sweet. So you really got to layer it good, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of for show. You can always eat the fruit in there, which I always loved. Okay. It's a big part of why I started getting into cocktails, because I'm like, I want the fruit in the drink. You're probably like, well, Melissa, this really isn't enough for a drink. We're actually going to be topping it off with club soda to make it nice and fizzy. So,
that's awesome.
But because we're not going to shake the club soda first, because otherwise we're going to lose all the bubbles. So we'll start with our lemonade mixture. Top it off with a club soda mixture.
Nice.
So now, get.
Oh, it looks so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So now
I bet it tastes even better.
Oh, we're almost done, actually. So now, because it's got to look like Mario, take a nice big strawberry. You're going to want to take the top leaves off. So now you want to find where like the big ridge is of your strawberry, and then you're going to cut be careful. You're going to cut diagonally in.
Oh, okay. Not straight across.
Not straight across, because Mario's hat is kind of so it's like nice and poofy in the front and kind of slopes in the back.
It's a great point. Yeah, it's not even all the way around.
Yeah. And then if you have any little bit of the hull left, just kind of chop it out there.
That is great attention to detail.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
So now you can start to see a little bit of how it's coming together.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute! Yes!
You.
Yes, I like it.
It was like, how do we finally make that look like an actual hat? Well, we just need a little bit of a lip. So you take the remainder of the strawberry, You're gonna cut a nice sliver of it. Make it a little dense because you want to make sure that it kind of holds together. And then you just pair that up with the strawberry.
Nice.
And you get the lid.
That looks so good.
Thank you. All you need is like a little cocktail skewer, or you can use just a straw too. That'll work too. And you're just gonna plunge it right in the top, and make sure you hit the little lip part too.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll back up. So now, because Mario's got that, as you can probably see in his screen there, the little white piece.
Yeah.
To make that happen, you're just gonna take the top half of your hat. Just carve out a little niche in the center here. Doesn't have to be too much, just a little bit. And then, when you go to like Safeway or anything like that, they have these cute little candy eyes.
Ooh.
I was gonna try to make it like the Odyssey hat, where it has the two eyes, but it wasn't sticking. But I figured what you can do is you can take it and you can invert it and just stick it in the middle. And now you've got the little white piece.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you. So we'll put our little lip on the hat. And we'll spear this sucker. Make sure it's going all the way through. And then you just stick it right on the side of your drink. And you've got...
There it is! It's a Mario cocktail! Came out so good!
Thank you! Well, Kevin, thank you so much for being on the show. This was such an honor.
Oh, no, an honor for me, Melissa. Thank you so much for having me. This was so cool. What a crazy, insider's view of all of this going on. It is really cool. And hey, we'll have to do something like this again.
Yay!
Thank you.
If you have not subbed to this man, please go do it. It's more than just a sub. You need this guy in your life. You need his content in your life. Because trust me, it makes your days better.
Oh, thank you so much, Melissa.
Well, cheers to you. Cheers to Nacho.
All right. Cheers to you.
And cheers to you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.